Hi first graders! Today we are going to be creating a monster that looks like this. In order to create this monster, here are the art tools that you will need. You are going to need a pencil, you are going to need something to draw on, and last but not least, you are going to need some crayons or any other coloring tool that you'd like to use. Once you have these art tools, then we can get started. Our poem today is called Rhyming Monster. For each body part of the monster, there's going to be a different part of our poem that rhymes. Here's the first part of our poem. I want you to listen for the rhyming words. When you draw a monster, it is said, you always begin with his head. For our monster's head, we are going to start off to the side and we're going to draw a rainbow shape and curve our rainbow shape all the way down to the other side of our page. So let's take our pencil and we're going to draw that rainbow shape from one side, curve that line up just like a rainbow, curving it up to the other side of our page. Just like that. And notice that it's near the top of my page, but there's still a little bit of space there. Listen to the next part of our poem to see what we're going to draw next. He'll be able to see when he flies if we draw 3 bright eyes. Did you hear the rhyming words? Flies and eyes. We're going to draw 3 bright eyes. The 3 bright eyes are going to be right near the middle of the monster's head. Let's start with the first eye. Our first eye is going to be an oval shape right in the center of our monster's head that we've already drawn. Our oval shape will create the monster's eye. Now that we have 1 eye, we are going to make 2 more eyes for a total of 3. On one side of your first monster's eye, let's create a second oval. So use your pencil to create another oval shape. Now our monster has 2 bright eyes. And last but not least, let's create our monster's third eye. And again, we're using an oval shape. Just like that. 1, 2, 3. 3 bright eyes. To complete our monster's 3 bright eyes, it needs some pupils. To make it extra silly, we're going to make it so that the monster's eyes are looking in different directions. So this first eye is going to be looking down and to the side. So to show that, we're just drawing a small circle like this. If you want, you can fill it in with your pencil until you just have 1 little white circle in the middle. Later when we color, you can go back in and color it with a black crayon. Now that we have our first pupil, our next pupil for the eye in the middle is going to be looking a different direction. Let's draw a circle looking to the side. And then if you'd like, you can use your pencil to color in most of it until you just have that 1 little white part in the middle. And last, let's create our monster's last pupil. This one is going to be near the top of the monster's eye. So creating a circle there, and if you like, you can fill it in. Just leaving that little white circle in the middle. Listen for the next part of our poem. Look to the north and look to the south. Now we can give our monster a mouth. Did you hear the rhyming words? The rhyming words are south and mouth. So we're going to draw our monster's mouth. The way we're going to draw our monster's mouth is by starting a little bit past the monster's head, drawing a straight line across, and going a little bit past this side of its head as well. Starting point a little bit past its head, and we're going to draw a straight line across and continue past this side of its head as well, just a little bit. For the rest of the monster's mouth, we're going to draw a great big U shape. Starting point right over here on the edge of this line that we drew. Curve down with your pencil and then curve back up to meet that point on the other side of its mouth. Now we have the monster's mouth. But wait, it's not complete without something else. Listen for the next part of our poem. Some up above and some beneath. Our monster has lots of teeth. Did you hear the rhyming words? The words beneath and teeth are rhyming words. They both have the same ending sound. Let's add the monster's teeth. The monster's teeth are going to be a slanted line up and a slanted line down. Let's start with our first one. On one side of its mouth, right on that straight line that we drew across, we are going to start with our first tooth. Slanted line up, just like this, and slanted line down back to that straight line. The next tooth is going to be a little bit smaller. Slanted line up a little bit smaller, and slanted line back down to the straight line here. And you'll notice that we're going to actually create a pattern with the monster's teeth. Big tooth, small tooth. The next one will be a big tooth. Slanted line up and slanted line back down. Big tooth, small tooth, big tooth. Our last part of our pattern, small tooth. Slanted line up and slanted line back down. Listen for the next part of the poem. We're listening for rhyming words. So he won't be tipsy-toddy, let's give him a polka dot body. Did you hear the rhyming words? Toddy and body. Let's draw the monster's body. Starting at the edge of the monster's mouth, curvy line all the way down to the bottom of our paper. Now let's do the other side of the monster's body. Starting right on the edge of its mouth, curvy line all the way to the bottom of the page. We are going to draw polka dots inside of the monster's body. Some of the polka dots can be big like this, and others can be smaller like this. Go ahead and make small polka dots and some bigger polka dots as well. All right, I'm going to stop there. I want you to listen for the rhyming words in the next part of our poem. Short and stout, just like cans, are the monster's little arms and hands. Did you hear the rhyming words? Cans and hands. we are going to draw the monster's little arms and hands. We are going to draw a slanted line that comes out like this. So slanted line out from its body. And remember, they're pretty short, so we're going to stop right here. For the other side of the monster's arm, we will create the same type of slanted line. And it's short, so then we'll stop around the same place that we stopped for our other side of the monster's arm. Next, we'll create its little hands. Its little hands are just going to be 3 C shapes. Here's our first C shape. Our second C shape, curvy line that comes out like this. And our final C shape, our last one, curvy line, and then we'll meet back to the edge of our arm. Now that we've completed one short and stout arm and hand, we're going to complete our next arm and hand on the other side. So again, coming out from the edge of the monster's body with a slanted line that comes out like this. Same for the bottom of its arm. Slanted line comes out of its body, and then we stop. And next we'll create the monster's hands. There's 1, 2, and 3. Now let's listen for the final part of our poem. The top of its head is as sharp as thorns, for the monster has little horns. Thorns and horns. Those 2 words rhyme. So above the eye and a little bit to the side. That is where our first horn is going to be. Our horn is going to be made of 2 curvy lines. So coming out from the edge of our head, we are going to first create a curvy line. So starting at the edge here, and then curve your line out like this, and then stop. And we're going to complete that on the other side with a second curvy line. We're going to use our pencil to create that curvy line, and then meet it right where that point is. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side of the monster's head to create our second horn. So starting again above the monster's eye and a little bit to the side, we're going to draw a curved line that comes out and then stop. And we're going to draw the same type of curved line, creating that curvy line and then stopping right where you meet the other line here. So now we have our rhyming monster. Next, it's time to color. These are the colors I'm going to be using: purple, green, and yellow. But feel free to be creative and use any other colors that you like for your monster. Alright artists, I cannot wait to see how your monsters turned out. So be sure to take a picture of your artwork and turn it in here on Seesaw so that Miss Rodriguez and I can check it out and admire your artwork. Until next time, first graders, bye!